So this video is going to be all about conditioning tips to get you really strong and secure in those heels. Dancing in heels really means dancing on your tippy toes. We're going to connect with the base of the big toe, and our heels are actually always going to try to be lifted off of the floor, and we also don't have a lot of weight on that outside part of our foot. We're going to be pulling that weight to the inside base of the big toe and pulling up. Some wonderful moves to get us started are basic heel lifts. It's important that we set up an alignment for this, meaning my knees and my feet are forward underneath my hips. Raising up and down, very simple step. If you're having a hard time getting that heel up, or if it's wanting to shake out to the side, or if it's really shaky, you can also try one foot at a time. I'm going to notice what I like about using one foot is I'm really going to push down into the base of that big toe. I can really feel that connection here. Also, that ankle, it wants to be anchored in ever so slightly. So rather than anchoring out or even in the middle, I want to think about pulling that over. So about 2 sets of 20 heel raises. If you have a stair, even better, or a yoga block, we can use this to drape our heel off just a little bit and then take it up and down. We've got that pull for balance. Also, we're going to do the reverse of that, or the opposite of that, and lift up those toes and the front of the foot. It's important to not do those hips too much. I want to try to isolate that movement in just those ankles. Again, I can use that yoga block to get a little bit more challenge and range of motion through that foot. And I can actually point down and then flex and lift up to strengthen that front part of the foot. Another good one that you can use with your yoga block is you're going to take that block and put it in between your knees. So when we're on our heels again, we're all about that inside base of the foot. I'm going to do my ankle lifts here, but I'm going to try to see if I can touch my ankles. And that might even mean I'll bend my knees a little bit more, have that soft knee. I'm going to try to get those ankles close to each other as I raise that up. I'm going to feel that in my inner thighs, and I'm feeling that in my ankles to pull those ankles and stabilize in and up. So another thing is taking it a little bit wider stance, and I can work on that turn out of my leg. So I'm going to turn out and I'm going to squeeze that block together while standing on the base of that big toe. I'm going to squeeze my cheeks in the back to stabilize, pull my abdominals in, and I'm going to squeeze that all in as I anchor onto that big toe. You're going to just hold this for 30 seconds to a minute or however long you can. That's a good one. Of course, after you do any sort of conditioning, it's good to give it a good stretch out. Use your pole or a wall or a yoga block to give it that nice calf stretch. You can bend that knee, getting a little bit more stretch through the ankle. And of course, taking it back, anchoring down with your feet facing forward in alignment. You've got that heel down and then that stretch in the back. So if you're pretty solid there, we're going to add another layer of difficulty. And it's going to be in the hips. You're going to do your rotation in and out. And I'm just rotating in that hip. The trick is to keep that ball of the big toe connected. Sometimes when we turn that out, we want to go into that pinky toe. Keep that engaged. We want to keep it on the base of the big toe. That small little pressure point on the base of the big toe, on that ball of the foot, gives us that comfortable turning position, that stacked, secure position in our ankle. And we're going to avoid tripping or twisting our ankle with that one. And we do have a couple of other things here. Ankle weights, great thing to throw on and train your heel raises and your conditioning to get you really strong for those heels. And last but not least, my favorite are balls to roll out your feet. Now, I want you to consider your feet as our foundation, and anytime we wear shoes or bind the base of our feet, it actually restricts our feet and lessens our mobility and strength over time. To have really good legs and feet for dancing in heels, we want to have really flexible, fluid, mobile feet, and rolling out balls is going to help with that. This one here is really squishy. It's a little bit bigger and squishy. This one is really hard. I recommend using this one maybe on top of a folded towel or a blanket so that it's not so intense, but simply What we can do is roll out the base of the foot, maybe about 2 minutes of rolling it out all along the base of the arch. You can roll it into the front part of the foot in between the toes and also a little bit on that heel. The squishier one is a nice option for more sensitive feet, and especially as we're getting used to this. And you can do less rolling out and a little bit more just standing on it. Make sure we're in alignment. We don't want to go into those lazy patterns. We want nice aligned feet, and we can wiggle those toes as well to stretch through the base of that foot. So I recommend rolling out each foot about 2 minutes or doing the stand underneath the foot for about 2 minutes. What I love is it's just going to fill our feet with a lot of blood, warm them up, loosen them up. And when we have a really healthy foundation, it's going to make our ankles, our knees, our pelvis, our back, our shoulders, our neck, everything stack better on our foundation and feel much better. So that's going to take your dancing and all of your aerial work to a whole new level, as well as just give you more fluidity and comfortability in your movement in general. So thank you so much. Give these a shot, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Please remember to like and subscribe and share this video with anyone else who's looking at getting started in heels. See you then, darling.